All right, next one. Kid asks his mom how to seem less desperate for attention. Mom posted on LinkedIn for attention and compares son to cheese, is the caption of this one. Thank you, you, the creepy shark. So this lady, Charlie, says, last night my son asked me how he can stop being so desperate for everyone to like him. He knows it's holding him back socially because it leads to massive overthinking, and then he doesn't work on building relationships. I said, imagine you provide a wonderful cheese board to 100 people at the end of the meal. 50 of them may adore the cheese and love it. Some may be on a diet, or are dairy intolerant, or vegan, or have horrible memories of a cheese-based instant. I don't know what. I was improvising. You've given them all exactly the same food, but they have very different opinions of it. What I'm saying is, you can be exactly who you are to 100 people, and what they think of you will depend as much on their own experiences and beliefs as it does on you. You can't please everyone, and you shouldn't try. You can be the best, kindest, and most considerate version of yourself, and that is all you can do. The rest is up to them. The ones who don't get you, who won't stick around, and the ones that love you will. Just be yourself. I think my pep talks usually go in one ear and out the other ear, but this morning he thanked me and said he would remember that he's a cheese board and that some people will love him and others won't, but that's okay. Food-based inspiration is my favorite kind. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with these types of messaging. Like, for example, what she said to her kid was great, but like that's good advice. You just be yourself. I think that's important. Should it be on LinkedIn? Maybe. I mean, I don't have any problem with it being on LinkedIn, though it's obviously clickbait. The problem I have is that these people, again, they're exploiting their kid and embarrassing their kid on a public forum for engagement, and I just think that that's kind of sad. Like why do you feel the need to do that? I just don't understand why somebody can be so. I mean, I believe that people act in their own self-interest. So to that extent, I get it. This woman is acting in her self-interest. She's a rational person in that sense, but that's a stupid metaphor. I'm not going to go in that direction. The point is stop embarrassing your kids publicly for your own personal gain. That's just frustrating to me, and I really feel sad for this kid. And honestly, though, I bet that this kid doesn't even exist. And here's the thing about LinkedIn. So you go on LinkedIn.com, and you go search, last night my son asked me to. And you go to post. Last night my son asked me how he can stop being so desperate. Okay, so this one hasn't been copied, so that's good. But the other thing is, like, sometimes these aren't even real. So people will take this exact same thing and repost it, and I'm wrong. It hasn't been reposted, at least prominently enough that I can see it, but yeah, it's just I don't like it. Alright, well, anyways, this room smells absolutely horrid, so I'm going to quick cut to an ad break, and I'll come right back with the second half of the podcast. Thanks for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All those things really help me out. They boost me up in the YouTube algorithm, and they'll help other people see this great content. Make sure to recommend the podcast to your friends. You can listen to it on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts content from. And make sure you leave me 5-star reviews, like all my videos, and consider subscribing on Patreon or Anchor. All those things help me out, and I really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.
Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.